Think about this for a moment. What if the only thing you had to do to completely change your life was to get just 1% better each day? Not 50%, not even 10%, just one tiny step forward. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But when you really understand the power of compounding improvements, you realize that small, consistent actions can completely reshape your future. Every great transformation you've ever heard about, whether it's an athlete who became world-class, a student who turned their grades around, or an ordinary person who built an extraordinary life, didn't happen overnight. It happened through daily, almost invisible progress. Now, let me share a short story with you. There was a young man named Arjun. He wasn't the smartest in his class, he wasn't the most talented athlete, and he often felt invisible. One day, after failing an exam, he sat in his room frustrated, wondering why life always seemed so hard for him. Instead of giving up, he made a small promise to himself. I will just try to get 1% better each day. So he started tiny. On the first day, he studied for just 15 minutes. On the second, he added 5 minutes more. When he felt lazy, he didn't force himself to do everything perfectly. He just made sure he did a little more than yesterday. Weeks turned into months, and slowly his grades improved. His teachers began to notice. Then he applied the same rule to fitness, doing just one more push-up than yesterday, running 1 more minute than before. A year later, he wasn't the same person. People thought he had changed suddenly, but in truth, it was small consistent steps that nobody noticed except him. That is the magic of becoming 1% better every single day. The story of Arjun is not unique. It's the story of anyone who chooses persistence over perfection. You see, we often underestimate what we can do in a year, and we overestimate what we can do in a day. That's why most people quit too soon. Think about this: if you improve just 1% each day, at the end of the year, you'll be nearly 37 times better than when you started. That's the power of compounding. But here's the problem. We live in a world of instant results. Fast food, fast entertainment, fast money schemes. So when results don't show up in a week, people lose patience. The truth is, nothing meaningful happens instantly. Growth happens quietly, in the background, when no one is watching. The question is, are you willing to commit to those small improvements when nobody is clapping for you? Now, let's break this idea down into practical steps, because motivation without action is just noise. Step 1: focus on systems, not goals. Everyone sets goals. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to make more money. I want to be confident. But goals alone don't change your life. Systems do. Systems are the small routines that make improvement automatic. If your goal is to lose weight, your system is eating one healthy meal today. If your goal is to save money, your system is putting away just a small amount daily. Don't chase results, build systems. Step 2: the rule of 1 more. Always do just 1 more. 1 more push-up, 1 more page, 1 more cold shower. When you push yourself slightly beyond your comfort zone, you grow without overwhelming yourself. Step 3: track your progress. You can't improve what you don't measure. Keep a simple notebook or use your phone to track your progress. Write down, today I studied 20 minutes. Tomorrow, 25 minutes. This makes your growth visible, and what gets measured gets improved. Step 4: environment is everything. If you want to change your habits, change your environment. Remove the distractions that stop you from growing. Keep your workspace clean. Keep your phone away when studying, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. Even if you don't notice it immediately, your environment silently shapes your behavior. Step 5: the power of patience. Imagine planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing, right? You water it, give it sunlight, and trust the process. The same goes for your habits. The results may not show for weeks or months, but beneath the surface, growth is happening. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I fail? What if I miss a day? Here's the truth: you will. Nobody is perfect. But missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Giving up does. The 1% rule isn't about being flawless. It's about being consistent. If you miss one day, don't miss 2. Get back up. Because resilience is part of the journey. Why 1% works in every area of life. This principle applies everywhere. In fitness, 1 more rep, 1 more walk. In learning, 1 more page, 1 more lesson. In relationships, 1 more kind word, 1 more moment of patience. In finances, 1 more saved coin, 1 less wasted expense. Over time, these little acts build a completely different future. The hidden benefit, identity shift. Here's the real secret. It's not about becoming 1% better in skill. It's about becoming 1% better in identity. Each time you improve, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. When you read one more page, you're voting for the identity of a reader. When you work out one more time, you're voting for the identity of a fit person. When you save money, you're voting for the identity of someone who is financially disciplined. Eventually, those votes add up. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do to be 1% better than yesterday? Not 50 things, just one. Maybe it's drinking water instead of soda. Maybe it's writing one page of your dream project. Maybe it's saying thank you to someone you normally ignore. Whatever it is, do it. And tomorrow, do just a little more. Because in a year, you won't just be 365% better. You'll be transformed in ways you can't even imagine. The journey of greatness isn't about giant leaps. It's about small, steady steps. Remember Arjun's story. He didn't become excellent overnight. He became excellent because he believed in the power of 1%. So, stop waiting for the perfect day, the perfect plan, or the perfect opportunity. Start today. Start now. Because if you commit to being just 1% better every single day, your future self will look back and thank you for not giving up when it felt small. Consistency beats intensity. Progress beats perfection. And 1% every day beats 0 every day. Your future is built in the quiet moments of today.